Hello, Bobcats. Today you're going to learn how to create an isometric sketch. Isometric sketches are used by engineers. It allows us to see three sides of an object all at the same time. So for today, you're going to need 5 linking cubes. I recommend that you use a pencil. I'm going to use a marker so that you can see my lines clearly. And you're going to need a page of isometric paper that looks like this. Okay, so go ahead and build this with your linking cubes. Feel free to stop the video, pause it if you need to grab your linking cubes and get this built. But I'm going to kind of move it around a little bit so you can see what it looks like. Again, like I said, you can rewind, you can stop it. Just make sure that you get this figure built. In your Project Lead the Way account, this is figure 6. You might hear Mr. Guerrero and I referring to it as figure 6, but this is the figure that we're talking about. Okay, so for our isometric paper, first of all, you want to make sure that your vertical lines are straight up. Okay, if you have your paper this way, notice you don't have any vertical lines. This is incorrect. You want to have your paper oriented with the vertical lines vertical. Okay. Now here's what I recommend, and it's definitely easier when you're looking at it on this video, because I am going to hold my object at the perfect angle so that you can see exactly what the isometric will look like. Okay, so let me grab a straight edge. You absolutely need to use a straight edge every time you are making an isometric sketch. We want these lines to be straight, okay? All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do, I always like to start at the very bottom of my figure, okay? So in that case, if I'm holding it in the isometric view just like this, it's gonna be this point right here. So let me just put a little point on my paper. Now, if I hold this in the isometric view, you can see that I go over one space. I go up and to the right one space. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to draw a line. Every line that you draw on an isometric sketch is going to be on one of the provided lines. If not, you're not doing it correctly, so just make sure. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this other side here, my left side. If I start at that bottom point right here, you can see that I'm going to go over 2 spaces. So up and to the left, 2 spaces. So I'm going to take my straight edge, and I'm going to go up and to the left 2 spaces. Now I'm going to take a look at the middle here. Okay, so let me hold it just right. If I come back again to that beginning point right here, you can see that I go up 1 space. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go up 1 space. Okay. Now holding in the isometric view. Now we've finished off this corner. We've gone up and to the right, up and to the left, and straight up vertically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off this side and this side right here. So if you look at this side right here, you already went up and to the right 1 space. Then this space right here, you're going to go up 1 cube length, straight up. So I'm going to come over to my isometric. I'm going to go straight up 1 unit. Now this point right here corresponds with this point right there. So, and you can see that from this point, you're going to go up and to the right 1 space. So I'm going to put that on my drawing. Okay. Now, if I look at my figure, okay, if I start again at this point right here, which corresponds to this point on your isometric, you can see that I'm going up and to the left 2 spaces. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go up and to the left 2 spaces. Okay. Now some of you are going to see this easily and know, okay, well, I'm going to have to finish off this line right here. But let's take a look at what that looks like on your figure. You've already gone up and to the right 2 spaces on the top, on the bottom and on the top. And you can see that from this point right here, you're going to go up 1 space. Well, that point corresponds with this point. So we're going to go up 1 space. Okay. So we have the 2 sides here and here. So now I'm going to focus on the top right here. So if I'm at this point, which corresponds with that point right there, I am going to go up and to the left 1, 2 spaces. Okay, because we're going to get this top portion all filled in. Okay, now if I look at my figure in the isometric view, I'm going to hold it just right. From this point right here, which corresponds with this one right here, you're going to go up and to the right 1 space. Okay, up and to the right. So I am going to finish this off right here. Okay, so now looking at our isometric that we've started, we have this whole portion. We've got this side, the right side, the front side, and the top side of this right here. Now I'm going to focus in on this tower piece back here. From this point right there, which corresponds with this point right here, you're going up 1, 2 spaces. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go up 1, 2 lengths, cubic lengths. Okay. Now this point right here corresponds with the middle of this line right here. And you can see that from here, you're going to be going up 1, 2 spaces straight up vertically. So I am going to do that. I'm going to go up 1, 2 spaces. If you run your fingers along the edges, you can feel it. You went up 1, 2. So make sure that your isometric corresponds with that. Now, if we look at this, hold it in the isometric view, you can see that this cube right here just creates a straight line all the way up 1, 2, 3 cube lengths above it. It looks like it's all one straight line, but it's actually not. But in our drawing, it's going to be exactly what we see when we hold it in the isometric viewpoint. So we're going to go up 1, 2, 3 spaces from this point right here. Okay. So this portion right here, 1, 2, 3, it corresponds with this side right here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to finish the top off, okay? Because this point right here corresponds with this point right here. And you can see that you're going up and to the right one and up and to the left one. So I'm going to go ahead and fill those lines in. I love isometric sketching. It is so enjoyable to me. And I'm not very artistic, but I can do engineering sketching all day long. Okay, now here and here. These 2 points correspond with those 2 points. So if you're looking at this in the isometric view, this point right here, you're going up and to the left. This point right here, you're going up and to the right. Okay, so here is our isometric sketch of our figure 6. Do not lose this. Mr. Guerrero is going to be teaching the lesson tomorrow. He's going to start his lesson with this. So you need to make sure that you have it handy and that you're ready to go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have you create, I need you to get another sheet of isometric paper, or if you did this on an edge and you have more room on the piece that you were working on, you can do that too. Okay, and I'm going to make a second figure, and your challenge for the lesson today, the rest of the lesson, is to create this figure. Just give me just a moment to build it. Okay. Okay, I'm actually going to use 6 cubes this time. That will give us something interesting to sketch. Okay, so here is a figure. Go ahead and take a moment, build this with your linking cubes. Ignore the knobs, pretend that it's a flat surface. Okay, and I want you to create an isometric sketch of this piece. Go ahead and pause the video, or if you've already built this figure, then you can turn the video off. But your work for today is to create an isometric sketch of this figure right here. Good luck, and if you have any trouble, let Mr. Guerrero or I know. Have a great day, Bobcats.